update. I know I haven't been on since, what, the end of January. Just what's been going on with us. Sorry. What's new with Weston? I'm not really going to be doing any more updates on him. I'll just kind of give you guys brief things of what he's doing. This is just going to be probably not very quick, but I'm going to try to make it a quick. In terms of us as a family, we're doing really well. My husband is doing well at work. He's working on a new movie now, and I'm really excited for that one. I saw some of the clips that he was working on, and I was like, oh my god. So he's doing really well. And we've been doing really well at home. In terms of like my relationship with my husband, it's getting so much better. You know, you have all these rocky moments in your relationship where, you know, you might not be having sex that much, you might not be having enough conversations or communication, and it's been getting a lot better. And I don't know if it's because I'm not nursing as much, so the libido is coming back, I'm not sure, but it's been good. And I really love having a family of 3. I really do. It's you know, it gets stressful at times, but it's, as of right now, it's really good. So in terms of baby number 2, we are definitely waiting. I actually had an appointment today that I canceled a couple of days ago because I was going to get my IUD taken out, and I decided not to, or we decided not to, because, you know what, we were so like, we need to have kids, they need to be like a few years apart, and if they're not a few years apart, they're not going to get along, and blah blah blah. And there's no telling if your child is going to get along with its brother or sister. You don't know what's going to happen. They might not get along, and they might be a year apart, they might be 4 years apart, they might be 2 years apart, they might be twins and they don't get along, you know, like, you never know. So we finally realized that we're not going to hold that, you know, if he's 3 years old, we're just not going to try anymore, because that was really one thing that we talked about, and my husband being like, I don't want to have a child that's, you know, 8 and 1, and I totally agree, but I think waiting till they're 4 is not a big deal, or waiting till they're 3 to start isn't a big deal. So you guys know I am 31, so you know, trying to conceive naturally without any help is best, I guess, before 35 if you can. I mean, there's people that have issues anyways, but with the fact that we didn't really have much problems conceiving Weston, I don't know if I'm going to have problems with the second one, but I think that by the time I'm 32, I want to at least start trying. I'm just going to keep the IUD in maybe till late summer, and then we'll just see. With Weston, he's doing really well. The kid is more verbal now. My sister and my mom were here from the 21st to the 26th, I think. Yeah. And my nephew is 4. I have a nephew that's 4 that came, my other nephew that's 5 months, but my nephew that was 4 kept playing with Weston, talking to him, doing all this stuff, playing games. And ever since he's left, Weston is very verbal, like more than he was before my nephew came. So I know they say when you have multiple children, usually the second and the third have better verbal skills. I don't know if that's 100% sure, but I just know from like experience with my nieces and my nephews that the second one always tends to be able to talk because they have an older child that's talking around them all the time. But either way, he is definitely more verbal. He will now sit and read a book with you. Like, I mean, he won't read it, but you'll read it to him. There's certain things that he will mimic that we say, and I definitely have to start being more cautious of what I'm saying around him. The other day I said shit, and he said something that sounded like shit pretty much right after I said it. So I realized that I can't be saying things like that. I know you should probably start really early to not say that kind of stuff, but I really don't swear around him at all. And it was just like, I don't know why I was talking about something quickly and I said it, and then 2 minutes later he said it, and my husband was like, did he just say? And I was like, oh my god, I think he did. So he's picking up on things. I'm noticing he's a big time sponge right now. My mother was saying that around this age they usually are a huge sponge, and you got to teach them as much as you can. And I have a lot of those Melissa and Doug puzzles where you take the animal and you just put it in the cutout that it is. And I bought one that had letters, and it says that these are only for 3 and up. And the ones with the letters have really small pieces, so I have to be really careful when he's playing with them. But we've been doing that, and he's been doing really well. So he's doing awesome. And he's running now. He really can grasp concepts of certain things that he has to do. You know, when he's in the bathtub, he has a bunch of cups in there, and he does things where he pours them into each other. And it's just those little things that they're starting to learn. Me and my husband don't really try to push things onto him. Like, for instance, my mother-in-law was like, why is he not using a fork yet when he's eating? And I was like, he does sometimes, you know. We give it to him, and if he wants to eat with it, he wants to eat with it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I don't really like to force them on them, because I think that will regress them. And I mean, I know a lot of people that talk about potty training, about not pushing it. So we don't really try to push too many things on him. I try to wait for him to be ready, and I just didn't really do that on purpose. It just kind of happened that way. So he's been showing a lot of signs of doing things that he wasn't able to do in previous weeks. For 16 months, he's doing great. I have a scale in my bathroom, and he just likes to take it out and stand on it, of course, because it, you know, the thing goes back and forth, so he jumps on it and stuff, and he has fun. So today, actually, he went on it and was jumping up and down, and he stopped for a second, and I noticed that the scale was at 23 or 24 pounds. Now, I know the scale can be off by a pound or two, but the last time he was at the doctor's, I think he was 20 pounds or 21 pounds. And that was obviously at a year. And as they get older, they start to not gain weight as quickly because they're more mobile. So he's gaining weight, which is good. In terms of nursing and weaning and all that stuff, I am just about done with nursing. I'm going to be totally honest. I had a conversation with Kelly the other day, and I was telling her, you know, like I have these lots of conversations with her about, you know, sleeping and nursing and all that stuff and everything. And she was saying, like, you know, you'll be done nursing. You'll come to your breaking point when you're just ready. It doesn't matter if you say you're ready. It's, you know, you're going to be ready. In the whole metaphor of, like, when you want to quit smoking. She was talking about how when she wanted to quit smoking. When I was younger, I also smoked, and, you know, you got to do it for yourself. You can't do it for anybody else. And it's kind of the same thing. You got to make these choices if you know it's the right time, and I think it's the right time. Today actually was the first day that I denied breastfeeding until nap time, and that was at 1 o'clock. Weston usually asks me twice before noon to nurse. Usually first thing he wakes up at 7:30-ish, if that's even possible, but sometimes he wakes up at 7:30, and he will, you know, get up and walk around the house, and it'll be kind of whiny, and I'll try to offer him food, and he just wants to nurse. So today, my husband got up with him because Weston had a rough night, and he wasn't sleeping that much, so he woke up at like 6:30, and Evan got up with him, and when I got up, as soon as he saw me, he was like signing for milk, and I was like, no, like, I'm not giving it to you. You know, he doesn't drink cow's milk because he hates it, or at least from what I've done with him in the past. So I was giving him coconut milk and almond milk, but he just wants to nurse. So today we had a couple fits, and I just didn't do it. Last night was another night that was the first night ever, okay, that he fell asleep on his own. I was in bed with him, but I denied him. I didn't give him the boob. He had nursed on the rocking chair, and then I laid down with him, and I was just like, it's time for bed. And he wouldn't do it. He didn't want to go down, so then my husband laid with him, and same thing, didn't want to do it, was mad, was hitting, you know, throwing his body, getting really mad. And after about an hour, and by this time I had went back in the room and laid with him, he finally fell asleep, and he slept till like 1:30 and got up and was mad and wanted to nurse, and I ended up nursing him. I have a problem where I just give in when I'm tired, and it's hard because if you're the type of person that, you know, you're like most moms, you're not getting a lot of sleep, and you know, what would you rather do? Just have your child nurse and go to sleep, or you have to fight with them all night long? I know there's going to be a time when I'm going to have to do that, and I have tried multiple times, but like I said to Kelly, even though she told me like I'm not weak, I just feel weak in that sense, and I know that that's not what it is, and that I'm more sensitive towards him, but I'm starting to find that I'm done with breastfeeding, and we've done pretty good, 16 months, and we went strong, and I'm just, you know what, I'm just gonna wean it to nap time and bedtime, and then see what I can do with offering him cow's milk again. I never knew this, but my sister told me, and then Kelly like verified it for me, that the 9-time tricks, where you give your child something to try 9 times, and usually by then they'll like it. I never knew that. No one ever told me. If I tried 3 times, I stopped. I was like, he doesn't like it, I'm not going to force it. So I'm going to try that. We're going to get some cow's milk this weekend, or not this week, like tomorrow, and I'm going to give it to him. My husband even said, I know I don't want to introduce a bottle, but maybe we can just try that with him at first and see if he likes it. So if you guys have any tips on stuff like that, let me know. But besides that, he's doing really well. You know, I think because of the nursing thing, the sleeping is a little bit shitty, but he is still sleeping longer now. Ever since we've moved his bedtime to 7:30, the child has slept so much better. I highly suggest people that are dealing with a child that doesn't sleep very well or doesn't go down very well, and you put them to bed at 8 or 9, I would move their bedtime up, especially if they're this age. So besides that, we're doing really well. He was sick for a few days when my sister and my mom and my nephews were down, and that was really crappy. But he's much better now, and doesn't even have a cough anymore. And it's been 2 weeks, almost, yeah, it's been a week and a half since he's been sick, or since he got sick, and he's doing tons better. So he's a happy kid. I'm a happy mom. Like, overall, I'm really good. I do sometimes think that I can't do it, and I don't want to have another kid because I don't know if I can deal with the stress. But I do want to have another kid. I think we need to wait. I think we need to just take our time with Weston. We have 2 weddings this year. We want to try to save for a house. I would really like to be pregnant and moving into a new home. I was pregnant and moving into this place when we were pregnant with Weston, and I would like to be moving into a new house with a new baby. I know some people would be like, I would not want to do that, but we don't have enough room. We're already busting out at the seams right now with all of Weston's things. So I guess whatever happens, whatever happens. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I definitely do have a bunch of videos that I have to get done. I think I'm going to try, I have to dedicate a weekend day that I just lock myself in my bedroom and I do videos, because the problem is that I can only do them at Weston's naps or my husband's home, and sometimes when Weston naps, I get too tired and I just want to sleep. So I will talk to you guys on my next video. Bye.